What is up, everybody? Welcome back to I Want Entertainment. We are here, Gamer's Paradise 2, another lovely confessional session with Romeo for level 8. Romeo, last round, Tasha, one of your allies, got sent home. You did not send her home.
Thank
but
you.
your
Say that shit.
vote,
Say that shit again. Say that shit again.
You did not send her home. It was a debug score of, I think, 8 or 8.5 to 0, but you did not cast your vote for Tasha, which means that you have no power voting against Matthew Papa.
Mm-hmm.
Does this concern you at all? Because let's take a look at this type chart real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, Romeo, you are dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that means you have no voting power against light and no voting power against heart, two of which are still in this game. Does it concern you at all?
Yes and no. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of already knew that my vote wasn't going to count before I cast it. I was hoping that someone else was gonna at least vote so that optics wouldn't look as bad as it did to Tasha. But I mean, I told her I wasn't gonna vote for her, and I didn't. And so I mean, that's what I held true, even though I knew that my vote wasn't going to count because I already know everyone's element. So I already know that Papa is like the light and Garrett is love. And so it's just like I knew that voting for him wouldn't matter regardless. You know, that's why I'm trying to make it to the point. That's why I was hoping like last round, like that was like such a fucking waste because it's just like now it's gonna be harder for me to get him out because it's like I need to have the numbers on my side. And I doubt I'm gonna have numbers on my side. Oh my gosh, this game is just going left now. I don't know. It's just I'm definitely in an uncomfortable position at this point in the game. I know on the outside looking in, it may seem like I'm comfortable or it may seem like I'm in a good spot, but I really do not feel that way at all. I feel like I went from having a good understanding and like a clear path to the end to now like what the fuck do I do?
So what it was it just, people deciding Tasha leaving over Papa that changed the game for you, or were there other contributing factors that now leave you like, what the fuck?
Yes. Well, it was mostly that. It was the fact that the vote switched up to voting out Tasha, and I really didn't hear about that until last minute. And so that already made me feel like, okay, what's going on? Um, I really haven't talked game to people that I normally talk game with. Like mostly, I'm talking about Sean. Like I haven't really talked game with him lately, so I really don't know where he's at with things and stuff. So it's just like I really am confused about my position because I didn't get on that the vote was switching over to Tasha from Papa. And then on top of that, it's like, what deals did Papa cut with people? And also heard that my name started getting thrown out there too now. And so it's just, and I don't know if Garrett's just trying to say that to scare me to like be on his side, but it's just, I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm really, really nervous. And Tasha leaving was not good for my game at this moment. Like I
So
initially
have you
want.
been able to unearth and figure out where in the line of sequence of events that, it favored Papa?
It was something dealing with Jackie and Sean that I do know. I know Jackie and Sean had like definitely was in the midst of that. I'm not sure what they caught wind up. Well, I mean, okay. So apparently Jackie and Sean were the ones that wanted to flip the vote to send out Tasha. And I just can't help but think that I had a conversation with Jackie that could have probably led to that, which that wasn't what I was trying to have happen from that conversation. That was not my intent. I promise. That was not my intent. My intent was to get in closer with Jackie and to establish some trust between us so that she didn't think that I was coming after her just because I had blindly put that out there and whatchamacallit, didn't necessarily give her the heads up, even though me and Sean had already knew about the plan. She didn't really know. So I mean, that's why I wanted to offer up something. I just didn't think that she would take that and use it. That's like that
What
rare.
what was said? Do you remember what was said that could have been misconstrued and sent her out the door?
I told Jackie that Tasha told me about the All Girls Alliance. Um, and I kind of left Hannah out the picture and only said Tasha. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was kind of like, oh, I can't trust her kind of thing. And they were like,
Do you plan on circling back around with Jackie at all to discuss this, or is this something that you don't think needs to be discussed or touched on?
I'll be open to discussing it if she does bring it up. I'm definitely going to reach out to her and talk with her and just chat with her as much as possible, just so she knows we're still good. But from what I'm hearing, even though I'm not hearing much from anybody, is like I know I'm not a target this round. I can't help but feel like is like the numbers are getting smaller. That's the thing I think too. It's like the numbers are getting smaller. I'm like, bitch, where do I go? It's like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna have to eventually draw that line in the sand, make it publicly known, and I'm also because I'm gonna have to start winning shit. Like that is just coming down to it. I'm gonna have to start winning shit. And now's the time when I need to start putting in my fucking gamer mode and being like, all right, bitch, time to get on it with these competitions. I mean, before I was just laissez-faire with them because I really didn't want to expose my cards. But the closer and the smaller we're getting, the more I'm going to have to establish myself with people and with folks so that way I can hopefully. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit confident in this game after a while. I kind of took the tatter, but it was like, can I see myself in the end? And this is like at one point I was just like, yes, I can see myself in the end. And it's like I can still see myself in the end. It's just this path to the end is what's fucking me up right now. And it's like, oh my gosh, I can't think clearly. So I'm just trying not to think too much on it, not trying to overthink situations, and just trying to wait until information comes to me and be able to process it that way. And I'm not necessarily going to go too much fishing for information. I'm gonna just try to keep doing what I'm doing and allow the information to come to me. So then that way, once it does come to me, I'm able to like think through that, and that's a known thing versus me making up shit in my head.
Does it concern you? Okay, so does it concern you that okay, so you said you're gonna like sort of wait for information to come to you. You don't want to pry, you don't want to be like aggressive in figuring stuff out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But does it concern you that there's information and stuff that you are not privy to? Because you did say that like you finding out about Tasha having majority over Papa was sort of like a late thing, right? That
Mm-hmm.
came to you sort of late, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which based on that statement, the opposite of that is that other people knew or the plan was instigated like without you or before you, right? So does
Mm-hmm.
that concern you that, okay, you didn't get the information you needed then? What makes you believe that people are going to come to Romeo and give you the information
I
in the
mean,
future?
no, because I mean, even though I may not have gotten it like right away, like no Tino shit, I still got the information in enough time to like understand like where I was going back and forth trying to figure out what I should do vote wise. Like it wasn't so much so that I was so far removed from it, but it was like closer to line. And that could also been happenstance. That's just also when shit started to get screwed around, and then like I ended up in it. But honestly, between Garrett and Sharonica, I'm filled in on what majority is going on in the house. Like, and I'm okay with not being at the forefront with it, as long as I get included and my name isn't the one that's being thrown out, or even still, if it is being thrown out, they're coming back to me and telling me that and saying ways, and we're trying to figure out ways to maneuver around that. I'm okay with that because at this point, those seem to be the only two that I'm like legit talking game with on a more regular, consistent basis. And I know Garrett definitely talks to Sharonica, and Sharonica comes and talks to me. So me thinking that I'm that close with Garrett off the break, I already kind of like dialed that back a lot, because I mean, eventually he's gonna have to go. So I, especially now that he just won the CPU, oh yeah, no, he's gonna have to go. That's another thing I need to come on, baby. I need to start getting that, get my shit up, get my shit up. Okay, Benny even has a fucking CPU. Granted, it was a different means and how we got that, but still, a win's a win. Regard. Wait, so does that mean I technically got that corruptor then, since once we finished that round, I was still in second place? I mean, we can talk about that off screen, but nonetheless, I need to start winning shit. Okay, that's just what it comes down to it. And I mean, it's cool. Like I said, as long as it still gets back to me, and hopefully I can figure some shit out sooner than later.
Do
But
you
it's
think it's actually like a benefit to your game to maybe not be the person getting information from every head in the game? Because that could appear like maybe that person has hands in all these cookie jars. Do you think, at this point in the game, it's sort of maybe it could work as a benefit to feign ignorance a little bit? Like, ooh, I didn't know about that. Ooh, nobody told me about that.
yeah.
So do
Oh
you think that that could help you? Let's sort of the flip side of the coin of, hurting your game not being in the know. Do you think it could help your game not being in the know, or playing like you're not in the know?
I think it can definitely help my game, because I mean, and I'm not gonna lie, I have kind of been like playing that up a lot more than than what I like.
You've been playing up like you're a true blonde. I see.
I really like when I think back on it, I happened. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. Like I swear I said that about everything. So it's been working out for me, I think
Is that your quote of the game? I had no idea.
no idea. I had no idea. Oh my gosh, no, but I legit play that card with everybody. And so I think that has gotten, but it's like it's getting to the point now where all right, I need to start winning. It can only take me but so far. I think right now it's still like at a good place. Like I said, this round I should be good. So take me to 8, gets me to 8. And then that's when I need to start winning shit. Because if I win something at 8, that will allow me to then establish a real majority and get out the people that I want to get out.
All right. So this round, you are not an initial glitch. Do you fear that if Hannah or Papa win, that they could have the potential to corrupt somebody, repair them? And thus you did say that oh no, Garrett is the CPU, not Sean. But are you concerned that Garrett might because you did say that you're getting information from him, Sharonica. So does that make you feel good that like, okay, Garrett's in charge, even if that's used, I'm confident in my relationship with him that I will not be the non glitch?
Yes, I'm like I said, I may not feel like I'm his like right go-to like number 2, but I do feel confident enough in our relationship that he told me that he wasn't going to put me up, and I think he knows that I can be beneficial to his game and using me to propel him forward. So I think that as long as we have that kind of understanding, like he can think that, that's fine. Because while he's thinking that, is just helping me get to the next level in my game. So, we're both benefiting from each other at the end of the day. So I do feel confident. I'm not like, of course, I'm not like, oh yeah, I'm safe. Like you never know. He said he wants to make a move. He may really be viewing me as the big threat. I
I
know.
yeah, I forgot that the glitches weren't named yet. What the big move? Like, what are you expecting to happen at the start of the live tonight?
Well, Sharonica said that her and Sean are going to be nominated. And so it's because Sharonica already told me that she already talked to him and he was going back and talking about a combination between Hannah, Papa, and Sean. Those 3 definitely are like the next 3 that need to kind of go out, and then we can take it from there. And I agree with her, of course. So she said that he was thinking about doing something like a and Hannah Sean or a Papa Sean combination. But I was like, you know, the best. I told her, I was like, really, honestly, the best thing would be for him to put up Hannah and Papa since they're both playing Corruptor, and then because you know one of them's guaranteed to win and take themselves off the block, so then that way you're a guaranteed back door if that's the plan that you're going for. But the thing is with that, he's playing a very messy game and tight game because with this round, there's only four of us that are voting, and so Sharonica is actually one of the people that get the vote. So you know she's already voted for Sean. So that's one vote guaranteed, Sean. He's probably going to talk to Billy and try to get Billy on his side, even though he's like Sharonica thinks Billy's going to vote her out. So Sharonica thinking that Billy's going to vote her out, but I'm pretty sure Billy probably won't play too emotional at this point in the game. Earlier on in the game, absolutely. At this point, no. I don't think so. He's not that stupid. And so, and not saying he's stupid at all. I'm not like, I know that was implying that he had some stupidness in him. And
No, I get it. Gameplay wise.
yeah, you know, but I definitely feel like if it comes down to it, Garrett's going to come to me and ask me if I'm willing to vote out Sean. And I'm not willing to vote out Sean, but I am in accordance with Sean needs to go. And so that's conflicting for me because I could tie it up essentially. I have to look at the elements and see how the elements are going to play out this round too. But I could tie it up. And if I tie it up, then it'll be in Garrett's hands. And so either way you look at it, either way, even if I don't vote for Sean, it'll be me drawing the line in the sand with Garrett. Or if I do vote for Sean, that's me fucking over one of my closest people in this game, you know. And I like, I definitely view him as a threat. And don't get me wrong, I as much as I would love to sit in the final two seats with him, I would be stupid to sit in the final two seats with him. Like this man single-handedly dominated the first half of this whole fucking game. Like I am not about to go up against him in a final two. No ma'am, no ham. I'm not dumb. So, you know, and truth be told, it would be better for people that I am close with like that to be on the jury. So then that way they can continue to push me as someone that should win. So I mean, it's definitely I just want to say this is like it's getting to that point in the game now where I'm just like fuck, 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 fuck. I'm not going to be able to hide anymore. I'm definitely going to have to start showing my hands, showing my cards, and I'm really going to have to start winning shit.
So I'm guessing level 9 CPU is something that you are going to go really hard for.
Absolutely. I'm really hoping in reality, I'm hoping that we can do sandbox that next round. I'm really going to try to push sandbox on people, but who knows how much influence I have. Only thing I can do is worry about me. And hey, hopefully my name never gets picked on the wheel. I never get picked on the wheel. Some people have always get picked. It's like they favor these people. Like they always get their fucking selection picked. And so we'll see if I'll get lucky, but I'm definitely going to go with sandbox because if you do sandbox, it at least allows me to like fuck around some with the numbers. Like I can vote for Billy, and that's an automatic 2 votes for him, and hopefully someone else will vote for him too. And then that, you know, because I mean, granted, I mean, because I can't vote for Papa, it ain't gonna matter, and I'm not like that's what I'm not gonna do. I'm not, and I can't vote for Garrett, so I'm not gonna waste it on them. So it's just like I'm gonna have to vote for somebody that I know is gonna stick with. So,
All right, Ro. I'm excited to see what happens with you and what happens tonight. Best of luck